human endeavor. Corruption exists. But what is important is how are those who are caught treated? As far as I know, custom is arguably one of the leading agencies in Nigeria, at least to my knowledge, that publicly dismiss, reduce rank, or quickly redeploy, as the case may be, anybody whose activities fall short of the fight against corruption in that service. Regarding welfare, of course, there's always a need to improve the welfare of people, and when we're talking about welfare, it's not necessarily about the salary. Of course, salary will come to mind, but issues like barracks, accommodation, health, working tools are all part of welfare that can improve the psychology of the workforce to be in the right state of mind to give their optimum best. So I will say welfare.
There's a particular question that's always been asked with regards to these petroleum products, especially when intercepted, and other products intercepted by customs service that are trying to enter the country illegally. But before I answer that question, we have a very short commercial, a 2 minutes commercial. So you would have to just stay on the line for us. When we come back from commercial, then I will ask you that question. I'm going to take some questions for the listener on and the phone lines as well. So do stay on the us. Join the conversation on WhatsApp 0809-030-6416. You can send in your questions, your thoughts and contributions 0809-030-6416. Retired Custom Officer Joseph Attah is the former of the Nigeria Customs. And you can also join us on social media, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH, and on Twitter, Nigeria Info PH. Amy, Andrew, and Joseph Attah stay with us on the show, talking to us via telephone this morning. Join in on the conversation. Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, and you can also engage us on Instagram and Threads. Nigeria Info FM _PH. That's the handle, Nigeria Info FM _PH on Instagram and Threads. Follow and engage with the posts that we have there. Like them, drop your comments, and all that you have to do. Okay, the WhatsApp number still remains 0809-030-6416. And quickly now, we get on to some of your messages on Facebook and on WhatsApp. But before we do that, let's go back to my guest. Mr. Attah, thank you for staying on the line.
It's my pleasure.
All right, so one thing I've wondered, and I'm sure loads of Nigerians have also wondered, is sometimes we see the customs destroy illegal or fake products, and sometimes in collaboration with other agencies when they apprehend these things. But for instance, petroleum products that are confiscated, what happens to those products? What is done to them? Where are they taken to?
Okay, you are correct when you say customs destroys these things in collaboration with other agencies. This is because these are products that, for instance, drugs that need to be tested by the relevant agency to be confirmed whether it's fake or not fake. If it is fake, then it will be destroyed jointly with other relevant agencies. But in the case of petroleum and other perishable items, those items that are perishable, and then petroleum that is inflammable. Of course, you cannot store petroleum products in the government warehouse. Otherwise, you are going to bring a disaster to other goods that are there and the entire command. The Customs and Excise Management Act empowers the customs to do instant disposal as quickly as possible to prevent a disaster.
What does that mean?
What that means is to auction them to the public. I give you a practical example. Up until a few months ago when I retired, I was the area controller of QB Command. And let me just use that directly as an example. Once petroleum products were seized, of course, there is a standing price for per jerrycan. We allocate to government agencies, the Nigerian Police Force, the DSS, the Nigerian Army, the NTA, name them. We allocate to them, and they come and pay that amount of money to government coffers and pick those jerrycans of fuel and go. So it's disposed immediately because they are inflammable. Of course, you cannot even store, you can't take the risk to store such quantity of fuel in the command, in the government warehouse or within the command premises anyway.
All right, we'll take some questions now from the listener before we go on with the conversation. So I'll just open the phone lines, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0003 is the number to call. You can also call 0817-923-0007. Do also send in your messages on WhatsApp. We'd also take them, and your questions and contributions. We're speaking with a retired deputy, retired controller officer, customs officer, I beg your pardon, and former national PRO for the Nigerian Customs, Joseph Attah. So let's go on to JJ now, who's on the line from Remokoro. JJ, good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning.
Welcome.
And let me greet your guest this morning. It's like bringing those who are in charge to talk to us. But I'm not too satisfied with this explanation this morning. I want to ask, sir, which is easier? Your men, before they don't carry gun, now they are with all sort of weapon, manning the border towns and all those put together. Is it easier for them to arrest these tankers that are being smuggled out, or all Nigerians to suffer by removing the subsidy as a result of what you cannot do, because you are praising the subsidy removal is good, it discourages smuggling, but we are the ones suffering it right now because of your inefficiency. So which one is easier, sir? Thank you very much.
All right, let's go over to John. Before you respond, let's just add one more. John in Attah, George. Okay, we lost the call from John. All right, go ahead, sir. You can respond to that question.
Let me good morning to you, my brother. When you say your man, you are forgetting that you are talking to a retired officer. I am in the same shoe with you. I am not speaking for the Nigerian Customs Service. I am speaking as a Nigerian who has been a custom officer, who has an experience in that direction, and who has agreed to share my experience. So don't misrepresent me. I'm not speaking officially for the Nigerian Customs Service. I'm speaking as a Nigerian who knows something about the topic we're talking about. Having said that, the issue of subsidy, I'm sure the federal government and all relevant spokespersons have dealt with it. I'm not sure I'm qualified to go into details concerning the subsidy, since I'm not the official spokesperson for the Nigerian government. I'm a private citizen like you, and I'm speaking from the point of view of a Nigerian who goes to the same market with you, with my own pension.
All right, let's.
When challenges exist, government takes decisions that are appropriate to deal with challenges.
All right, let's hear from George and Muriel. George in LMA, we'll start with you. Good morning.
Okay, good morning.
Yeah, you're welcome, George.
I'd like to be clear, like George earlier said, we look at this fuel smuggling. It's not like it's something that one can put in their traveling bag and take out of the country. How much, I listened to our guests talking about the government helping the custom by giving them technology. The routes, my question now is the routes that these smugglers use. Is it that it's under the ground that our gallant custom officers or the Nigerian Army or even the DSS cannot detect these routes? So what are they doing personally? Because I believe there have been some high level of compromise with our boys out there managing the borders. So my concern is how effective are the custom head leadership checkmating their boys in order not to have this compromise? Because it's not about smuggling. Nobody's checkmating them. They are making money, allegedly making money for themselves, and we are the ones suffering.
All right, George.
So how does he want to clear the issue of checkmating these men that are there not to be corrupt and frustrate the effort of the government?
Thank you very much. Let's go to Muriel in Okrika. Muriel, good morning.
Thank you, Efeni. Good morning.
You're welcome.
Is your Okrika woman on the line? You see, Efeni, I must say, as a Nigerian, I am totally disappointed with the customs, just like other security of outfits. Look, just like my brother JJ said, containers are coming in and control that. But Efeni, one of the reasons why the former president closed the borders, he said he wants us to start producing our rice. And he has put a ban on importation of foreign rice. We have foreign rice in all the nooks and crannies of this country. They are coming in steadily, and yet the customs are there in the borders. Now, I must say, I'm not happy, and I don't like the fact that your guest is trying to shield himself out because he has been in the customs while these things were going on. He just retired. Or maybe you should tell us when he retired, so we'll know. Maybe he retired for a very long time, maybe 10 or 20 years ago. But the fear it's not the people that are suffering in the hands of the customs, it's the ordinary, the businessman, the genuine businessman, the ordinary businessman. Look, so many people have lost their bills of clothes, little you know, they've sold it out. People, so many businesses out. Some people have committed suicide. While the big businessmen, the things that are putting us in this quagmire that we are, is going on smoothly, and yet the customs are there. I'm so disappointed. If you tell me why we see our foreign rights, when they say they have put a ban on it, so many illegal products are coming in. They say they have put a ban on it, and yet the custom is yet their responsibility. They shield us, and yet look, so many things are happening. I don't even want to say it on here.
All right, Miriam, thank you very much. And we just take from Braid, and then we get a response from my guest. Braid in Port Harcourt, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Right, go ahead.
The predicament that is befalling Nigeria today is caused by the customs officers. And the retired customs officers cannot beat hand on his chest to say that the corruption that is engulfing the Nigerian customs service is unaware. And he should be part of it before retiring, because if he has done the needful, I don't think we will get to this point. When he gets to Niger Republic, between the border and Nigeria today, see how the illegal bunkering is taking place. And Nigerian Customs Service man the border. And look how they will tell us that border is being shut down, while our tankers are being carried our products out of this country to a nearby country under the watch of Nigerian Customs Service. I think for me, the custom is one of the highest corrupt institutions that we are having. And let's keep this country into comatose the way we are today. Because if the custom could be able to stand upright and fight whosoever that is coming in illegally or going out illegally, I think we will not be into this stampede that we are today. So I want to appeal to our retired customs officer, because he can still make an input to the customs service. Let them know that the masses were not happy with them. Whatever they are doing, they are jeopardizing the sanctity of this country. And that is where we are today.
All right, Braid, thank you very much. We'll get on to my guest. Perhaps, if you didn't know, Mr. Joseph Attah, I think was around 2022, was in charge of the Customs Service at Kebbi State Command. If I'm not mistaken, Mr. Attah, I'm pretty sure that is correct. You've heard the response and reaction of some of the listeners. And quickly, something to add to it is there have been complaints about illegal entry points into this country, the porousness of our borders. What's your response? If you can just respond to all of the concerns raised, and how the customs is looking at tackling the porousness of our borders and the illegal entry points into the countries, amounting to thousands of them the last time we heard.
You see, presenter, in this case, you are supposed to be serving the job, doing the job of a moderator. When you are inviting a retired person.
No, we're not saying you should tell us now. We know that you are retired, but you've been in the system, so you could have suggestions.
Oh my God! I wanted to drop a statement. You've distorted my line of thought now.
We apologize. Go ahead.
When you invite a retired officer, I am sure the intention should be for him to share from his deep experience,
exactly,
his knowledge, and the advice he can provide, especially now that it's on the other side. I think that should be the intention. But when the questions are targeted and made to look like he should talk with facts and statistics, he's no longer on that seat. He does not have the facts and statistics. You can only draw from his experience and suggestion, and that is why I commend the second to the last speaker, who said even though he's retired, I'm sure from what he's hearing from us now, he will have an input or advice to give. And that should be the approach when you are having a conversation with somebody who retired from an organization. Because when you talk the way some people have talked, the way they frame their questions, I do not have the statistics right now at my disposal in my village to start giving you, either to defend or to support what you are saying. So automatically, you left me with no opportunity to give valuable comment or suggestions.
All right, if I can come in. Mr. Attah, if I can...
Let me attempt to say something that might be useful to those who ask this question. The issue of corruption. I cannot sit down here and say there is no corruption in customs, in any other organization, including the organizations, all those who have asked this question are working, including the other Nigerian himself who smuggles and tries to bribe. That's also corruption. The giver, the taker are all corrupt, and they are all committed enough. Nobody is licenses will sit down and say there is an organization that there is no corrupt persons inside, as far as it's a collection of human beings. And if the Nigerian Customs Service, what again, if they do advertisement for recruiting customs, everybody will want to start to go there. Do you want to try to be a corrupt common being? It is you are talking, you are a corrupt person. So no organization was created for the purpose of corruption. It's not that the human beings that work inside that organization, there will be one or two or three or few that are corrupt. That is it. And when you face the question, what do you do with them? You take preventive measures and you also take punitive action when caught. Preventive measures will be the technology, the equipment, ability for these people, for those who want to do their job, to be able to do it. And the person who talks about our border, I'm sure he does not know how porous Nigerian borders are, how long, winding, largely porous they are. The country can do a great deal in helping people. But do you know that there are fellow Nigerians like you who accept hands from smoke? They don't go and movement of causes. They are battle. When you are coming, don't follow this road. Pass through the other road. You go out at the other creek and you come out at this village. Fellow Nigerians do that. And that is sabotage. These people will come and aided by fellow Nigerians, and they will escape the watch and catch of this.
But why do you think? Why do you think they do this? Why do you think? Why do you think people aid them?
I'm just, oh my God, that is just one aspect. There are so many aspects to this corruption we're talking about. And when you see such things in the town, you will say, where were the customs when this thing passed? Of course, that I am not saying that there are no few bad eggs that would have been involved in some of this. But I'm also telling you that there are many cases that happen as a result of sabotages from fellow Nigerians. You have put your life on the line to defend. So corruption is not just about customs, it's not just about police, it's about all of us agreeing to fight corruption. You come to the radio station here, you are talking, there are many youth right now in the creek. Their job is to move around and monitor the movement of our security forces and give information to criminals to know where they will pass.
So, Mr. Attah, the question now is, in your time, in your years in the customs service, and now you're retired. I'm sure you're recently retired, and not very long retired, which means the issues are still very fresh, and you still have clear views of some of the.
So you from my experience.
Exactly.
I'm telling you this is what is happened, and I'm telling you some of them are happening even as we speak somewhere.
Which brings me to this question. What would you then say could be the main reason or cause of this? Because I mentioned if you earlier had said welfare, and I also would like to say.
I answered this question earlier in our conversation.
Yes, and I'm coming back.
Let me tell you, I have answered. Let me reiterate that. Look, this thing is like it's not a one cap fixed answer. So many things are responsible for this. During my days as a national PRO, especially at the starting point of the border control, when it was my responsibility to go around and hold town hall meetings, and I made so many interactions with stakeholders border community dwellers. What I got from them, many people at the border will tell you, look at our village. We don't have anything. This smuggling is what our great-grandfather, they look at it as a right, some of them. If you recall, at the starting point of this conversation, I even went as far as saying appropriate government agencies that are charged with the responsibility of border community development should also do more to give them our fellow Nigerians in those villages sense of belonging, so that their allegiance will be more to this side. Their allegiance will be more to the security forces rather than doing the other thing. You recall I said that earlier in this conversation. So it's all part of the package in fighting what we're saying. But I think some people find it safer to just pick one and just blame and leave the whole issue aside.
All right, Mr. Attah, we say thank you very much. Already really out of time, but then thank you for making that time to share your experience with us. And as for the callers, you would understand lots of people have plenty of have gone through a lot, especially with some of them who try to even pass their goods through the customs and all of those delays. So you'd understand how people might sound very personal when issues like this come out. But we hope that you would relay some of these messages to the appropriate authorities and let them know that people are not very happy with the performance, even though successes have been recorded in the past and in the most recent past. Once again, thank you very much for making out time to join us this morning on the conversation.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Oh, there you heard from the former customs officer who was one-time national PRO of Nigerian Customs. Also, one time it was a deputy comptroller, Kebbi State. Yes, in Kebbi State. So you heard his response. You heard his reaction. What's your thoughts? And you also heard his position with regards to the border situation. I'll take some messages on Facebook now. Let's start from there. Odoyi Elvis Promise says, yes, I support opening of borders because it's to benefit the people. But I strongly believe that the well-being should be considered first. Priye says, the borders are not working apart from traveling to neighboring countries where immigrations collect money forcefully from travelers. Okay. Queen says our borders are not secure. The customs are just there to enrich themselves. During my university days, I used to go to Seme and Iduriko borders for hustling, and I know the way they operated. Okay, so everybody would. If we go on with this, there's a lot that we are going to say. And on WhatsApp, we still have comments coming in. This one says, Andrew, good morning. Please tell your guest to answer the questions directly. The way he's going about it shows that he's not exempted. Well, we wouldn't have those facts, so we don't know. But this is what it is. And Adoyi says, yes, I support opening of borders because it's for the benefit of the people. That's also a comment from Facebook. Oh, thank you very much. Don't forget that you can join us on Twitter, on Instagram, and on Facebook. Okay, on Instagram it is NigeriaInfo_PH on Instagram and Threads. Do well to engage with our posts. Follow Info 92.3 PH. Hello Port Harcourt is next, and you know what it is like on Hello Port Harcourt on Fridays with Jude. Plenty of fun and excitement. So yeah, stick around for it. My name is Ifeemi Andrew on all social media platforms. Thank you very much. Have a great morning.
You are